In the rush of modern life, have you ever felt overwhelmed by emotions? The anger that clouds your reasoning, the sadness that seems never-ending, or the anxiety that grips your mind? For many of us, emotions can feel like an uncontrollable storm, pulling us in different directions. But what if there was a way to find calmness amidst the chaos? A way to face life's challenges with clarity and composure? Buddhist teachings tell us that true peace lies not in suppressing emotions, but in understanding and observing them. Today, let's explore this timeless wisdom through a Zen story about mastering emotions. And by the end of this video, you'll have practical insights to apply in your own life, helping you navigate emotions with grace and resilience. The Zen story of Akira and the Lotus Pond. In a remote village nestled in the shadow of a sacred mountain lived a compassionate Zen master named Akira. He was known for his profound teachings, and travelers from far and wide sought his wisdom. Among them was a young artist named Taro, celebrated for his vivid paintings but plagued by the turbulence of his emotions. One day, Taro approached Master Akira with a heavy heart. "Master," he said, bowing deeply, "I am a prisoner of my emotions. When I am angry, I lash out. When I am sad, cannot paint. When I am joyful, I fear it will not last. How can I break free from this cycle?" Master Akira smiled warmly and motioned for Taro to follow him. They walked to a tranquil lotus pond, its surface shimmering in the sunlight. Teaching 1: The stillness beneath the ripples. Standing by the pond, Master Akira picked up a small stone and tossed it into the water. The stone caused ripples that spread across the surface. "Look closely, Taro," said the master. "The water's surface is disturbed, but its depths remain still and untouched. Our emotions are like these ripples, fleeting and superficial. Beneath them lies the unshakable stillness of our true nature." Taro looked at the pond, his brow furrowed in thought. "But, Master, how can I reach this stillness? My emotions feel so overwhelming." Akira reached into his robe and pulled out a lotus seed. "Come back tomorrow at dawn, and I will show you." Teaching 2: The lotus amidst the mud. The next morning, as the first rays of sunlight kissed the earth, Taro returned to the pond. Master Akira handed him the lotus seed and said, "Plant this in the mud at the edge of the water." Confused but obedient, Taro did as instructed. Over the following days, Akira guided Taro in tending to the seed. As the days turned into weeks, the seed sprouted, and a lotus flower began to bloom, rising gracefully above the muddy waters. One day, Akira said, "Taro, what do you see?" "The lotus is beautiful, Master," Taro replied, his face lighting up. "Do you know why it is beautiful?" Akira asked. "The lotus draws its strength from the mud, yet it rises above it. Our emotions are like the mud, messy and unavoidable, but like the lotus, we can rise above them, untouched by their filth." Taro nodded slowly, the weight of the teaching sinking in. "So, we do not escape emotions but transform our relationship with them." "Precisely," said Akira. "To become emotionless does not mean to feel nothing. It means to feel without being consumed." Teaching 3: The mirror of the mind. In the weeks that followed, Taro continued to learn under Akira's guidance. One day, the master handed him a polished mirror. "Look into this," he said. Taro gazed into the mirror and saw his reflection. "What does this mean, Master?" Akira explained. "The mirror reflects whatever is placed before it, but it is not affected by what it reflects. Our minds are like this mirror. Emotions come and go, but we do not need to cling to them or push them away. Simply observe them, and they will pass, leaving your inner peace intact." The story of Taro and Master Akira is not just an abstract Zen lesson. It contains practical principles that can help us navigate our emotions in everyday life. Let's dive deeper into each lesson and explore how these teachings can be applied to make them relatable and actionable. 1. Stillness beneath the ripples, learning to observe emotions. Emotions are like the ripples on the surface of the pond that Master Akira showed Taro. In modern life, we are often caught in the ripples of our emotions. Anger when faced with injustice, sadness when we lose something important, or anxiety when dealing with an uncertain future. How can we effectively observe our emotions? Identify the emotion. When an emotion arises, instead of reacting immediately, pause and ask yourself, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling this way? Naming the emotion, anger, sadness, fear is the first step to distancing yourself from it. Breathe deeply. The breath is a powerful tool to calm the mind. Try this simple exercise. Inhale deeply for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 4 seconds. And exhale slowly for 6 seconds. Breathing creates space between you and your emotions, allowing the ripples to settle. A practice observation. Focus on the physical sensations associated with the emotion. For instance, when angry, you might feel your heart racing or hands trembling. Simply observe these sensations without reacting, and you'll notice the emotion naturally subsiding. Real-life example, when criticized at work, you might feel anger or hurt. Instead of snapping back, practice observing your feelings. Acknowledge them. I feel upset, but I won't let this control me. This approach not only prevents unnecessary conflict, but also gives you time to think more clearly and respond thoughtfully. 2. The lotus amidst the mud, transforming challenges into strength. The mud represents the negative emotions and challenges in life. Yet, like the lotus, we can rise above these difficulties rather than let them drag us down. How can we transform emotions? Accept instead of avoiding, rather than viewing negative emotions as enemies. Embrace them as part of life. Remember, no mud, no lotus. Feelings like sadness or disappointment can be a source of personal growth. And learn from difficulties. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this emotion? For example, sadness can teach you to appreciate joyful moments, and anger can reveal areas in your life that need change. Focus on the positive, even in challenging situations. Find the silver lining. For instance, after facing failure, instead of self-blame, see it as an opportunity to learn and improve. Real-life example, someone who loses their job might feel devastated. However, if they view it as a chance to find a role that aligns better with their passion, they can rise above the hardship, just like the lotus blooms from the mud. 3. The mind as a mirror, observing without clinging. The mirror that Master Akira gave Taro teaches us that emotions, no matter how intense, are like fleeting reflections on a mirror. They come and go, but they don't need to control us. How can we keep the mind like a mirror? Separate yourself from emotions. Remember that you are not your emotions. If you feel sadness, it doesn't mean you are a sad person. It's just a temporary state, like a passing image on a mirror. Avoid judgment. When emotions arise, don't blame yourself or try to suppress them. Let them come and go naturally. The more you try to control emotions, the stronger they become. Practice mindfulness. Daily meditation, even just for 5 to 10 minutes, can train you to observe emotions without being swept away by them. Visualize your mind as a flowing river, allowing emotions to pass through without clinging to them. Real-life example, when feeling anxious about an important meeting, you might think, what if I fail? Instead of letting this fear take over, observe the thought like a cloud passing by. Then shift your focus to preparing for the meeting. This detachment helps you stay calm and focused. Summary: becoming the master of your emotions. These 3 lessons all aim at one goal: helping you realize that emotions are not your enemies but a natural part of life. By learning to observe, transform, and release emotions, you can become stronger and more peaceful. Practical tips to apply. 1. Spend a few minutes each day practicing mindfulness, even for 5 minutes. 2. Keep a journal to track and understand your emotions better. 3. Remember, like the lotus, you can rise above life's challenges and bloom. You can't stop emotions from arising, but you can choose how to respond to them. And when you master this, you'll discover the freedom and peace that truly lie within you. Life is a journey filled with emotions, some uplifting, others challenging. Through the wisdom of stories like Taro and Master Akira, we learn that true peace doesn't come from running away from our emotions but from understanding, observing, and transforming them, like the stillness beneath the ripples, the lotus rising from the mud, and the mirror reflecting without attachment. Emotional mastery is within your reach. When you pause to observe your feelings, accept them as part of your growth, and let them flow without clinging, you unlock the power to navigate life's storms with grace. You become the calm amidst the chaos, the strength amidst the struggle, and the peace amidst the turmoil. Remember, your emotions don't define you. Challenges are opportunities to grow. You have the power to rise above any hardship, just like the lotus blooms above the mud. If this story and its lessons resonated with you, take a moment to reflect. What emotions have you struggled with recently? How can you apply these teachings to bring peace into your life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your journey. And don't forget to like this video. Share it with someone who could use a little emotional clarity. And subscribe to our channel for more insightful content like this. Together, let's explore the path to wisdom, peace, and self-discovery. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.